Dude, man, it's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. I got a question. Did the battle rap community turn their back on Tech Nine? Let's talk about it. Did the battle rap community turn their back on Tech Nine? When news got out about Tech Nine passing, it shocked the battle rap community. Tears flow. There was a lot of rest in peace, dedication, tattoos, all type of things in honor and commemoration of this brother, man, and all his contributions and accolades he did for battle rap that people were, just showering the whole entire battle rap community with all type of tweets, all type of tweets, and it went viral over the United States, man. Rappers and stars and tweeting and resting in peace in him and everything, man. He was really, really adored by a lot of people, man. By a lot of people. We were watching his battles over and over, just doing big things to honor him, making peace. Then the news got out that he had these charges on him of minors, young girls, and child porn, and that he allegedly killed himself. And this triggered off something that had the battle rap community confused and distraught, not knowing what to believe. Then people began to just be like, no, they felt they got played, and began to lash out, demand answers from the higher up of people in positions in play, demanding their money and finances back. So, did the battle rap community turn their back on Tech Nine? I'm going to say yes. Yes, the battle rap community did. Yes, we did. Yep, for the majority of us, we did. Was it rightfully so deserving? Yes, it was. So you can't fault the people for that. Before those charges became public to the battle rap community, and which allowed us to understand now the nature of his passing, it ain't that we turned our back on him like that, but we was betrayed. We was deceived. We was lied to. We was manipulated to. And many people donated thousands of dollars to a cause they normally wouldn't have done if they had the evidence that we now know. They wouldn't have done it at all. So they definitely was deceived and manipulated. And it's rightfully so that the battle rap community would be upset and mad and turn their back on him. Because you got to understand, let's just be real and break this down. Because people trying to say things like, oh, there's no evidence, he wasn't convicted of anything. Right. That's true. Then I'm hearing things like, oh, well, I'm recording. I'm going to talk about the Jack Boy Maine situation in Angry Fan. I'm going to do that next. But I'm just going to touch on something that was said. And what was being said was, oh, 2 of his charges was dropped, but they don't talk about that. Right, 2 of the charges was dropped because of lack of evidence, but 8 of the charges remained that was overwhelmingly more than enough evidence they believed they had to convict. Okay? So We don't have to say, oh, what about the 2 that was dropped when you got 8 remaining? Then he said something to the nature of saying something like, it ain't no evidence of truth that he did it. Well, I beg to differ. One of the charges, they confiscated his laptops and phones, his electronics. And on that, they found and discovered the child porns and allegedly some of the girls in question of the case. Imagery, pictures, and things like that. And while another case of harassment was filed, threatening to use some of this stuff and things like that, like blackmailing type stuff. So there was condemning evidence in that man's possession, in that man's possession that tied him into what he was being charged with. And the most damning striking blow was the death that took place hours before he was to appear in court for pretrial. Okay? So even that right there says a whole lot. Says a whole lot. If you're not willing to defend your own self, and you allegedly take your own life behind the charges that you were charged with, that's self-admitting guilt. That's self-admitting guilt. That's an open, closed case. You didn't even want to defend yourself. You allegedly took your life before you were even found guilty, which meant the shame and guilt and pressure was too much. Too much. So you got to be realistic on that. So the battle rap community had more than enough evidence, and I could just keep going with with evidence after evidence after evidence after evidence. But I'm just giving out some. They had a right to react the way that they react. I have a right as a blogger to react and report the things that's being given and presented. Period. Whether people like it or not. Okay? Because this is my platform. That's what I do. If you want to hear it, look, let me tell you something. In different platforms. You got platforms that don't approve of what he do. You got platforms that do approve of what he do. If you want to listen to the ones that do approve of what he do, you know what channels they are. If you want to listen to the ones that don't approve of what he do, you know what channels to listen to. And I'm one of those persons. When that man passed, I did dedication blogs and everything, and I was advocating for that, and I still believe in daughters should be provided for. But when the cover-up was exposed and the truth came out, yeah, I was offended. And I felt appalled at the information and things I heard. And I was salty and mad about the situation because I saw the people that were taken advantage of, that was robbed behind this scandal. And people try to make it seem like it wasn't when it was. When it was. So it ain't. So yes, the battle rap community and bloggers, some of them turned their backs on that man. But they had every right to. You can't tell a person, I heard that too, like, oh man, they were just praising him and doing all that. Now they doing it right. They were praising him and honoring him because they believed that they were actually mourning a brother that was a victim and a brother that actually was a stand-up guy and respected amongst his peers. But when things like this come out, it ain't about talent. It ain't about you had comedy and you could laugh and made people laugh and did this, because you actually got victims. You actually got something horrific that nobody wants, that no real stand-up person want their name tied into at all. And that mattered, man. So you can't get mad at the people for not praising him, honoring him like they did before the allegations and things came out against him. Then when they sit back and evaluate what happened, of course they mad. Financially wise, they was played. And they was lied to. And that's a fact. No matter what anybody want to say, that is a guaranteed fact. It was a pure cover-up. The family knew, and other people that was close to him knew. And they used his death as a sad situation to channel financing through. And they got away with $30,000. It's just simple as that. Those are facts you can't get around. Can't get around. So yes, the community turned their back. And they had every right to do so. Because they cared more about those young girls and victims than they did how this man rapped and how he laughed. Because for the most part, they parents too. And not only that, it's just a morality thing, man. It's a morality thing. And this thing is going around real frequently. So I understand it. I understand it. You know, and I've been vocal and outspoken about it. Because just as we was honoring him like that, when it's come out, yeah, you supposed to go even hard on that too. Period. No matter how you want to look at it, man. Yes, it's tragic. Yes, it's sad. But the truth still need to be out there, and that's something we can't sweep under the rug, no matter how sad it is. If you can't take it, you don't listen to it. Don't watch it. But you can't get mad at people. Because if it was, let me tell you something. If y'all didn't know him, and it was somebody else that you didn't know that was charged with it, y'all have that same energy. But a lot of people are only trying to do that because they knew him. They knew him. And this is one of the reasons why, man. So, with that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. Ain't my judgment that's in question, it's yours. What do y'all think and feel about that?